Welcome. This is Cheating Tales Stories. Tell me where you're watching from. In today's emotional revenge story, I share how I went from being completely powerless to reclaiming everything. I thought I lost. I used to believe that strength meant keeping quiet, that being a man meant carrying every burden without letting anyone see me break. I thought silence was dignity. I thought endurance was love. But when you're living in the shadows of someone else's control, silence only makes you a prisoner. My name is Adrian. I was 38 years old when my life unraveled in front of me. Married for 12 years to a woman named Leora, I thought I had stability. We had a nice home in Connecticut, a two-story colonial house with white shutters that I worked night and day to pay for. I built my career slowly, working in project management, saving every extra dollar, dreaming of a future where I'd grow old with my wife. But dreams, they shatter quietly. At first, it's just cracks, small lies, dismissive glances, a shift in how she looked at me. I ignored them. I told myself every marriage has phases. I thought if I gave her everything, financial security, freedom, the house she always wanted, she'd stay happy. I never realized I was only giving her more ground to control. The first real sign came the day she put her name alone on the house deed. She said it was better for tax purposes and that since she managed the bills. It made sense. I trusted her. I let her lawyer handle the paperwork. Looking back, I was blind. My hard-earned security, our house, was legally in her hands, not mine. It didn't stop there. She controlled our finances, cut me off from decisions, and slowly, I noticed how much space I didn't occupy in my own home. I was a guest in the life I built. My paycheck went into the joint account, but she had the final word on how every dollar was spent. When I questioned it, she dismissed me, saying, "You don't understand money the way I do." And then came the betrayal that gutted me. I discovered it on a rainy Thursday evening. She had been growing distant for months, coming home late, claiming work dinners. I wanted to believe her, but a simple mistake gave her away. She left her phone charging on the kitchen counter. A message popped up. His name was Ian. Just 3 words. Same hotel tonight. I froze. My hands shook as I scrolled. There it was, weeks of messages, flirtations, plans, intimacies I hadn't shared with her in months. I can't describe what that moment did to me. My chest felt like it was caving in. I sat down at the table, staring at the phone, unable to breathe. She came in 20 minutes later, smiling like nothing was wrong, smelling of perfume that wasn't mine to recognize anymore. I confronted her. She didn't cry. She didn't deny it. She didn't even look ashamed. She looked at me the way someone looks at a broken object, something useless they're tired of owning. "You were never enough, Adrian," she said coldly. "You're weak. You hide behind work. You let life control you. Ian makes me feel alive." Her words hit harder than the betrayal itself. That night, she left, took the car, a suitcase, and most of her jewelry. I sat on the couch, my house suddenly empty, yet not mine. I tried to sleep, but all I heard in my head were her words. Never enough. Weak, powerless. Days turned into weeks. She filed for divorce. And here's the cruelest part. Because the house deed was in her name, she demanded I leave. The same home I sacrificed years for. The same mortgage I paid. She wanted it all. I thought I was finished. I stayed in a cheap rental across town, sleeping on a mattress on the floor, eating microwave dinners, trying to figure out how my life collapsed so fast. Friends reached out, but I pushed them away. I was humiliated. But humiliation can do something dangerous. It can either kill you or awaken you. One night, sitting in that dim, lonely apartment, I opened a drawer where I kept old documents, tax returns, mortgage contracts. I flipped through, page after page, and my heart started to race. There it was, proof that every mortgage payment had been drafted from my account. Every dollar that built that house came from me. I met with a lawyer, a sharp, no-nonsense woman named Celeste. She listened patiently, then looked me straight in the eye. "Adrian, she may hold the deed, but you funded that house. We can fight this." For the first time in months, hope flickered inside me. The divorce hearings dragged on. Leora came with Ian, sitting smugly beside her. She painted me as pathetic, incapable, unworthy of the home. But when Celeste presented the financial trail, years of deposits, canceled checks, payment receipts, the courtroom shifted. I wasn't weak. I wasn't powerless. I had proof. After 3 grueling months, The judge ruled in my favor. The house was legally restored under my name. Leora's face twisted in fury as the gavel struck. I walked out of that courtroom lighter than I had in years. But reclaiming the house was only part of it. I needed to reclaim myself. I sold the furniture she had chosen. I painted the walls new colors. I stood in those empty rooms, no longer haunted by her shadow, and began to rebuild. I joined a men's support group, started therapy, and reconnected with friends. Slowly, I learned that dignity isn't given by someone else, it's claimed from within. Months later, I drove past a cafe downtown and saw her sitting outside with Ian. They looked worn, tired, far from the glamorous couple they pretended to be. For a moment, she locked eyes with me. Her expression flickered, shock, then regret. I didn't stop. I didn't wave. I didn't need to, because by then, I had taken back everything that mattered. My life, my house, and my dignity. And for the first time in years, I wasn't powerless. Thanks for listening. And if this story connected with you, please subscribe and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we're afraid to have.